Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. It is August the 13th, Friday the 13th. Checking in today with some trucker news. New program I'm going to be doing called Trucker News. Going to be like 5 to 10 minute clips of just the big news stories in the trucking world of the day. Try to do a few of these a week. If you ain't got time to read through all these websites, don't worry about it. Uncle Cash will read them for you. Disclaimer, I am somewhat illiterate. My Hooked on Phonics never arrived in the mail. Although my parents told me they ordered it for me, it never arrived. So let's get to it. Top news stories of the day. I-26 is shut down in North Carolina due to a depression underneath the roadway. So apparently there's a sinkhole or something going on under the road. That's both directions near exit 54 in North Carolina, I-26. Second news story of the day. Will your ELD become obsolete when all the cell carriers shut down 3G? Because most of these ELDs are running on 3G. Federal panel urges President Joe Biden to attack the driver shortage. What do you think about that? Fourth news story, same kind of area. The U.S. Express CEO says his driver shortage, and this is a quote, is about as bad as I've ever seen. There you go. So let's get to these news stories. Let's get to them. Number one, let's get to that road closure. You know what I'm saying? I-26, North Carolina Department of Transportation closed both lanes of Interstate 26 eastbound at US 25 South near exit 54 on Thursday, August 12th. According to ABC 13 News, an NCDOT spokesperson says engineers are inspecting the roadway and assessing the damage through the video exploration of the utilities located underneath the roadway. So apparently something's broke under there and that's causing problems with the roadway. There's not yet an estimate of time reopening, but officials say the roadway will not be reopened until repairs have been completed and thoroughly inspected for safety. Throughout the assessment, officials have set up a temporary detour for I-26 eastbound traffic. Drivers are to take exit 54 US 25 south to South Carolina, then take South Carolina 11 east back to I-26. So there you go. There's your traffic on the nines. There's your traffic update for what's in the news as far as traffic's concerned. Now let me get back to the ELDs. Will your ELD become obsolete in 2025 as they shut down the 3G networks in favor of 5G? Says, have you heard about the looming 3G sunset? This upcoming transition, which will largely take place in early 2020. So we're less than we're months away from them shutting down the 3G network. So they're going to force you into 5G whether you like it or not, because what's going to happen is your 4G phone, they control it. They're going to start tightening down the bandwidth and the amount of service you get in certain places. They're going to force you into getting a 5G phone. That's what they're going to do. That's an opinion piece from Cash Burgundy here, your news broadcaster. It says it has the potential to dramatically disrupt electronic logging devices known as ELDs. Communications for hundreds of thousands of devices. You can avoid being left out without a functional device by talking to your ELD provider. Now the situation has come about because the 5G or 5th generation communications technology being used by an increasing number of mobile devices needs spectrum upon which to operate. So 5G consumer faster data rates with lower lag or delays in transmitting data. It also promises more capacity for a more efficient network. However, for 5G to have the capacity it needs, certain bands of the current wireless spectrum, including those using 3G technology, will have to be reallocated. So there you go. Providers like Verizon and AT&T are actively moving forward with a phase out of 3G to make space for 5G. There you go, guys. If you're not on 5G yet, you probably going to have to get a 5G phone, early next year, because they're just going to take away 3G, and then they're going to start ratcheting down the 4G. I'm sure you know how they do. They put us in a cage. They back you in a corner and make you do things you don't want to do. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this federal government over here. So there's a panel urging Biden to. I must have deleted that story. I must have deleted that one. But anyway, there is a panel urging President Biden to attack the driver shortage. And basically what they want is they want to spend a bunch of money, and here's what they want to spend it on. They want to spend it on ways to facilitate more drivers to be more people to become drivers. So I think that's where that 18 to 21 thing they're trying to pass right now, to drive interstate, which means go from state to state, you got to be 21. Now you can get a CDL and drive inside your state if you're 18 to 21. They're trying to open that up so people 18 to 21 can drive across the country. 18 to 21 can drive across the country. I think that's a big push they're getting in. They're trying to open up more money for grants for people to go to truck driving school. So I'll tell you right now, if you're looking to become a truck driver, you're not already, you're looking to become a truck driver, number one, subscribe to this channel. That's going to be the best move you can make. Number two, watch out for them federal government grants to get that CDL for free would be my suggestion. And another thing they're trying to do is alleviate a parking situation. They say that's why a lot of drivers come into the industry and then leave the industry, because they get frustrated because they can't find places to park that big truck. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if anybody's leaving the industry because they can't find a place to park, but I say more parking, more better. I'm parked at a customer right now because the local truck stop down the road was full. I mean, like, people parked out to the road at 8 o'clock last night. So, and I'm in a rural area of Illinois. So yeah, let's get some more truck parking out here. And safety concerns. I don't know how many people are not becoming truck drivers because of safety concerns. I think they're stretching a little bit on that one, but that's that. And now let's get to this U.S. Express guy. Oh, this U.S. Express guy. Where's this story at? I want to make sure I read this one to you. Come on, phone, work with me. So basically, the U.S. Express CEO. Let me get this guy's name here for you. Eric Fuller. All right, let me read you this. The need for workers is weighing on the trucking industry, where freight operators are struggling to raise wages faster. Eric Fuller, the CEO of U.S. Express, said that his company has doled out 30 to 35% in total pay increases over the last 12 months, but suggests more may be needed. Yeah, the industry is about 15 to 20 years behind on pay raises. So all this pay you see coming in right now, we're just now getting caught up with like the early 2000s. I'm sorry to say it, but it's just the way it is. We didn't have pay raises for like inflationary pay increases for like 20 years in trucking. If you want people to go out and sacrifice their time from their family, you're going to have to pay them. And that's another opinion piece from Cash. So, Mr. Eric Fuller here, I wonder what his pay rate is. I wonder what he gets per mile. He probably gets 30 cents a mile for all the miles that are driven under his company. The guy probably makes $1 million a year. I don't know. I'll look that up for you. It says, the driver situation is, quote, as bad as I've ever seen in my career, Fuller told Yahoo Money. Yeah, he's a Yahoo, all right. I don't know the guy. I'm just making fun of people. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics show that the depths of the COVID-19 pandemic, truck transportation industry lost 6% of its pre-pandemic labor force of 1.52 million workers. As of July, the industry had recovered about 63,000 of those lost jobs, but still remain about 33,000 jobs short of employer levels in February of 2020. Now, how many CEO shortages? You never hear CEO shortages, do you, in this country? We don't have a shortage of CEOs, do we? And that's my point I'm making. These guys that make millions of dollars for, sitting around, making decisions and going and talking to reporters and whatnot, those guys that make millions of dollars and, get big retirement programs when they fail at their job, you don't ever see a shortage of those guys, do you? Now, what you do see a shortage of right now in this country is trade. People that have trades, plumbers, electricians, truck drivers. And I consider truck driving a trade. Maybe not the highest of trades, like, whatever, but I put us up there with like welding and things like that, But anyway, you see a shortage of those right now. Kids don't want to do those jobs. They're not glamorous. They don't have TikTok. You can have a YouTube channel or a TikTok if you're a truck driver, but I think that's what's going on right now. We got a generation that doesn't want to work, and that's me being old. I get my cane out, get off my grass, That's a little bit of that going on. But I also think it's a little bit of, we're just now starting to see pay come alive, that's how it works. Supply and demand. You didn't pay people right for a long time, and they came into the industry and they left. You know what I mean? I'll take it from Mark Trucking Answers. Says we don't have a driver shortage, we have a retention problem. And if you want people to stay in the truck, you got to pay them. You got to treat them with a little bit of respect. I know that's hard to do for truck drivers because we bring it on ourselves a lot to not be treated with respect. But I think if we force it, pay and respect, we'll get it. We'll get it. That's it today, guys. Trucking News. Appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for stopping in for some trucking news. Check out that description down below for lots of other stuff. Got another YouTube channel. Check that out for me. Hit that like button on this video if you made it this far. And have a good day. Stay classy, truckers.